Okay, we're going to go over the Google form that you guys worked on as a review for the test also. So on number 1, it mentions that last week an action figure was $8. This week, it's $6. And the question was about percent decrease in price. So knowing that it says percent and then decrease, that means that your percent is changing. So our formula is for the percent change, which is change over original. In blue, I put that the change is 8 minus 6, which is 2. So your change is 2, and the original is 8. And we know that because that was the first week in time that happened, because that was last week. So originally, it was $8. So in our chart below, set up the units, which is change over original, equals, well, the original numbers that we knew were 2 over 8. And then we have the unknown, x, what we want to know, over 100, because percent is always 100, over 100, sorry. And so now I noticed that 8 into 100 wasn't really working for me. There was no pattern there. There was one from 2 to 8, but or 8 to 2, but I also noticed that I could simplify that 2 over 8 into 1 over 4. And so if I changed it to 1 over 4, then there was a pattern from 4 to 100, which is times 25. So following the same pattern up top, I would take 1 times 25 to get my percent. So 1 times 25 is 25%. Okay, let's look at number 2. So on number 2, we have, it asks about the value 8 is 40% of what number? So knowing there's is over of in there, I'm going to set up my chart below, which I did. So is over of is my units, and then we plug it in. 8 is, so I plugged it in over is, and I did put this in the wrong spot, so I'm sorry. I put it in the no column, but luckily you'll see that it works the same way also, even if I put it backwards. So 8 over the unknown, because it says of what? So of what tells us that we don't know. So of x, and then equals 40, because we know percent is always over 100, so 40 over 100. And then I follow my pattern. So I had to go towards the unknown, so in this case I went left towards the x. And following that, I went from 40 to 8 was divided by 5 on the top of our fraction there. And then I followed the same pattern from the 100 to the x, and I divided by 5. And 100 divided by 5 gives me 20. So the value 8 is 40% of 20. Okay, here's number 3. And I apologize for not saying this at the beginning of the video, but if you need to pause, go ahead and pause and look at the screen and try to see what I'm talking about and kind of digest everything on the screen. All right, so number 3. It's talking about a water bottle that's regularly priced at $6. It's on sale for 30% off. That 30% off tells me I need to subtract. That's a discount. So what is, the what is telling me what we're missing. What is, so I put the x above is, the sale price, sale price means total, which is why I put that in a circle also, of the reusable water bottle. Okay, so I set up my chart below, and I know that this is part of whole, is my units. I saw the keywords is in there also, so I wanted to show that both of them are important. Is part of whole. So let's plug in what we know. So we know that 30% is the part over a whole 100%, because percent's always over 100. And what we want to know is the part x, because it says what is the sales price. Over the whole, we know it's the $6. Okay, so we're looking for the part that's the discount. We're looking for that discount part first, and then that will help us get the total. So over to the right where you see the number 1 with the circle around it, that's our first step. Finding 30% of 6 which is changing the percent to a decimal, and then multiplying it times 6, because I did not see a pattern between my 100 and 6. Even if I simplified that, by the way, in the fractions, it would not have given me a pretty pattern or friendly numbers. So I'm going to do the other way that we've also shown you, which is 1, turn your percent to a decimal, which I did in purple, and then multiply, because it's percent of, which tells us to multiply. Well, 30% of $6 turns out to be $1.80. And I labeled that as the discount because that's just the discount. But it wants the total price. So we have a step 2 also, which I circled 2. And I labeled it to help us find the total. Now we do the $6. We take $6 and we subtract $1.80. We subtract because it's a discount and it's a sale price, so it should be less. So $4.20 is what we get for the total sale price, $4.20. Let's take a look at number 4. Okay, on number 4, it says Haley jogs 15 miles in 3 hours. And then it asks, how many miles does she jog per hour? So the per hour, I put a 1 above it to also help you realize that's per 1. We're finding per 1, which in reality, finding per 1 is mostly just division of the 15 divided by 3. But the chart is very helpful as well. So let's go ahead and look at how it would fall into our chart. Down below, we have miles over hours. Okay, it's distance over time, which you may have heard before. So miles over hours. And then we plug in what we know. Well, we know it's 15 miles for 3 hours. What we don't know is how many miles she did in 1 hour. So then we find a pattern and we follow it. Well, on the denominators, I did 3 divided by 3 to get the 1. So I did the same thing to the numerators at the top, and I did 15 divided by 3, which over to the side I worked it out. Oh, I'm sorry, there should be a 15 on there. Divided by 3 is 5 miles. So 15 divided by 3 is 5 miles. And I'll see if I can just write that on there for you real fast so that you see what I'm talking about right over here. 15 divided by 3 is 5 miles. All right, let's check number 5. Number 5 says Mr. Lopez spent $2,800 on a used car last year, and the sales tax rate was 12%. How much sales tax did Mr. Lopez pay last year? So if you notice by the word sales tax, I put not total, which is stuff that you guys should be doing as well when you work these out. You should be noting if it's the total or not. What are we actually trying to find here? Well, in this case, it's not the total, it's just the tax. So with this one, when looking at my numbers, I noticed 2,812. I didn't think of anything that would go into 100 easily there, which is what we talk about in class, is trying to make it into a number that goes into 100 easily for our UKW chart. But we showed you another way to do this also, just in case that didn't work. So what we'll do is change our percent to a decimal, which I did with the 12% in the problem. I show it as 12 hundredths instead. And then we multiply, because percent of something means to multiply. All right, so once I multiplied, I got $336. Since it only wanted the tax, then I am finished, because $336 is the extra, which is the tax. Or sales tax, not the total. All right, so if you want to rewind, feel free to rewind and look at any of those that may have not made sense to you or I went a little bit too fast for in the video. I'm going to go ahead and make a second video over 6 through 10 so that this video is not too long for you and so that I make sure I don't run out of time on my videos. All right, good luck.